I'm back out.
So we got Trap Lord Ross himself, ground zero at the courthouse for Young Ant Jefe's court date. Let's jump into this Cantiana, man. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Outside at the courthouse in downtown LA, we are here once again. But this time, I'm not here for the David trial. We're here for something different today from the No Jump universe. I've got an update on the Ant Jefe situation. I came down to see Ant Jefe's court date in person. There were some very interesting updates. There was some very, very, very interesting details. I'm not gonna lie to you. He looked very, very surprised and confused to see me in the courtroom. There were a couple of his homies in the back, and I was sat just in front of them. I got to the courtroom super, super early.
Yeah, probably not the smartest thing for me to go up there, consider the fact of all things, but Trap Lord Ross, we living through you, big dog. We living through you.
Hanging around like all morning, just waiting to see his hearing. And I'm not gonna lie, he looked baffled. He looked baffled to see me in the courtroom, okay? Shout out to Ant. Hope he can resolve this situation positively. It's definitely no disrespect.
He's not gonna be happy. He's not at all going to be happy.
But, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here with the public watching the trial. It was very different to the David trial. You know, there was less people in attendance in the courtroom. It was a little bit more disorganized, kind of more defendants kind of having their opportunity to kind of speak. And yeah, it was interesting. So I've got some big updates for you. So there was some rumors going around that like him and his co-defendant weren't kind of getting along or seeing eye to eye. Now, I don't know what the relationship is like, but him and his co-defendant, Johnny Gray, did come out to court together. They were led out in a blue jumpsuit. It's different to the orange jumpsuit that David's in. I don't know the reason for that. Maybe someone could tell me in the
David's in high power, Young Ant Jefe's in general population
comments that knows about how it goes down in the LA jails. But he came out with his co-defendant, with both of their respective lawyers. It seemed like they both had a different lawyer speaking for them. I don't know if that means that they're kind of, you know, dealing with their cases. They clearly weren't dealing with
God willing, they separating their cases.
The cases separately because the judge came out, brought them both out together and dealt with them both together. But they both had different lawyers standing over each of their shoulders, talking on their behalf. So it's not entirely clear to me exactly, you know, how much they're getting on. It didn't look like there was necessarily animosity between them, but they did have their own separate lawyers. So that was interesting. Now, before the judge actually spoke and kind of held the hearing officially, Ant's lawyer kind of spoke to him privately for quite a long time. I couldn't hear what they were saying. They were a little bit far away from me, but they basically were talking quite a long time. This is kind of, Ant, I don't know, I hope I didn't distract him because I feel like that's when Ant sort of spotted me in the courtroom. He was kind of like, what the hell? And then, you know, he continued talking with his lawyer. They had like a little private conference talking about some of the details. I don't know exactly what was said, but there was quite a long time that they were talking. There was a lot of going back and forth. Now, he looked very, very focused. I would say that Ant looked very, very focused, very serious. You know what I mean? It's like on that third or fourth court date when I saw David, he started looking a little bit relaxed and kind of, you know, like he was getting used to his surroundings. Obviously, I know Ant has been outside for quite.
Ant is an entirely different set of circumstances than David. The dude, David's probably in high, it's not even probably, if he's in orange suits, he's in high power, not general population, protected. I'm sure he got somebody putting in some extra chili in the guard's pockets to make sure he's living a comfortable life riding over there. Meanwhile, Young Ant Jefe is in gang land with the ganger bangers, you feel me? So it's not the same, you feel me?
Time, you know, it's probably not the first time that he's dealt with some legal issues from what I understand, but he did look very, very serious. He looked very stone-faced. He looked like he was taking this whole process very, very seriously. It wasn't a joke. He's fighting for his life, and I could really tell that. Now, what was interesting, okay, is that basically the judge kind of spoke with his counsel. They spoke about kind of the situation that was going on, and basically they said that, I think they said initially there was going to be another date, sort of a follow-up date on August the 4th, but it's now been set for August the 6th. And what's really interesting is basically Ant's lawyer said that additional discovery had been provided. It sounded like it was a video clip. I know there's a video clip and a still image that allegedly shows Ant at the scene of this incident, you know, next to a white Range Rover with some distinctive clothing. It seems like perhaps that, in addition to like even more things, have been provided. Ant and his legal team said that they wanted some more time to go over discovery. There was a lot of stuff, a lot of information that they needed to go over. So they set the August 6th date for the next hearing. Now, what was very interesting, they said right now, the bail conditions that he was offered, obviously he hasn't made bail yet, but there was a big $1 million plus bail package that was basically on the table. That's not been changed. That's set to stand right now. But, okay, they said that they need more time to look at this discovery, and it was very interesting. They said specifically, Ant and his legal team, they were asking for permission to have a laptop brought to him in jail so that he could actually watch and review the new discovery that had been provided. Again, I don't know if that's that video clip that's been circulating, or whether there's more video footage, or maybe other, digital evidence that he wants to look over. But as I say, he's basically asked to have a laptop brought to his cell so that he can actually review the evidence and review the discovery and kind of get to the
bottom. What's going on is they wouldn't bring a laptop to his cell. That'd be ridiculous because he's in a cell on a tier with hundreds of other people. So that wouldn't make sense at all. What would make sense in reality is they would pull him into the warden's office, or maybe take him down to like OCJ or whatever, blah, blah, or whoever it is, the people who, deal with like the affairs in the jail, whatever, blah, blah. I don't know. I've never gone to jail and actually talked to anybody but the inmates. So these niggas be talking about, I gotta go see OCJ, I gotta do this. I don't know anything about that. But when it's all said and done, it'd be interesting if they gave him that. You know what I'm saying? But of course it would be under the supervision. But you couldn't be under the supervision. It would be lawyer-client confidentiality. I don't know. So that would make that a pretty peculiar situation. But he's not getting a laptop brought to his jail cell. That's absolutely ridiculous. So just throw that out there.
Of what's going on with that. So I thought that was very interesting. It sounds like that wouldn't be a problem. But again, obviously it's different to the other case that I've been covering. But clearly there's a lot of digital evidence that needs to be reviewed in this situation. And, they're going to have to accommodate that. They're going to have to make it possible so that he can get a laptop inside his cell so that he can review the digital discovery so he can see what's going on. And I would like to know if that is in addition, if that's more discovery than we initially have been seeing circulate on social media. There's a video, I think it's on somebody's membership right now, okay? I don't know if it's publicly available. I've seen it, kind of screenshots of it on Instagram. But, there is some footage allegedly from the discovery that's going around that purports to show somebody that's allegedly Ant with some distinctive, chain clothing, all sorts of things, next to the white Range Rover that was allegedly at the scene. And that's all we've seen so far. That doesn't necessarily prove that he did anything that he's going to get guilty by any means at all, but that is what's circulating. So it does sound like him and his team do want an opportunity to review that plus other evidence, all digital evidence. But there were other big things that were updated. So they basically said, okay, that they're going to have this next hearing. At the moment, it's set for August the 6th. I think they said there was initially a date that was set for August the 4th. They're moving that around. They want some more time to review everything. So it's less than a month, but it's like a good few weeks from now. But what I did find interesting is basically they said, both Ant and Johnny, they requested that they could have a bail hearing at the next court date, so on August the 6th. Now, what was interesting about that is that it did seem a little bit like during that time, maybe him and Johnny weren't on the same page as their strategy, because it seemed like Johnny's lawyer asked first if he could basically get the bail review at the August 6th date. The judge approved that, and then there was kind of like a little bit of a moment, and it almost seemed like maybe the judge wasn't sure if they were on the same page. And then the judge basically asked the judge basically asked Ant's legal team, do you also want a bail review on August the 6th? And they kind of had a little moment, and they were like, yeah, we do. It almost felt a little bit like they were kind of like, I don't know if they felt blindsided, but they just kind of like, the way that they were speaking was sort of like, yeah, we do. Like, the two different lawyers over each defendant's shoulder kind of speaking separately. Again, it was just unclear whether it wasn't clear to me that they were totally in it together. They weren't having the same lawyer, but also they weren't going against each other. They weren't causing like...
They both are just there coexisting.
It wasn't like they were adversarial in any way from what I could see. Now, what was very, very interesting and unfortunate is that when the judge basically signed off that they were going to be able to have the bail hearing in the next court date, she did warn them. She became very, very serious, and she basically said, I have to warn you, due to the statute, due to this being a murder case, due to this being so serious, be careful, because it's possible that at that hearing you might be trying to get a lesser bail, you might be trying to make your bail, but she's saying the crime is so serious that there is always a possibility that when it comes to that hearing, we might revoke bail, we might say no bail, we might move it to say, no, actually, this is so serious, you want to try and get a bail hearing, but we're actually going to give you no bail, no possibility of bail at this point. And,
that is the opposite side of that coin. That is the opposite side of that coin for sure. You can go from no bail to for show mo bail.
They accepted that. I mean, it wasn't really a debate. The judge kind of was just telling them, and they was like, okay, nodded along. It is what it is. But I thought that was very interesting, because I'm sure everybody would like to try and get a bail in this situation. We've got all sorts of sirens going on out here. It's crazy, really downtown shit. But basically, I would say that it seemed a lot like, what is going on? What's going on? Let's see if we can... It's an ambulance. It's an ambulance. Hope whoever that's going for is safe. But yeah, basically, it seemed like. Yeah, it seemed very serious. Ant spoke to his lawyer quite a lot. He really kind of like was very, very locked into conversation with him, very, very focused. You know, he didn't seem like down bad. He didn't seem like in a negative mood. He seemed to me like he was just very focused. He was trying to get to the bottom of the situation, trying to make heads or tails of what was going on. And, you know, essentially was just taking the situation very, very seriously. So I do think that there's going to be some interesting updates. We're probably going to hear from, you know, the judge about what's going on with his bail on August the 6th. You know, hopefully he does get the opportunity to get bail. I know a lot of people would love to see him back on No Jumper, back outside, you know, making money, doing business, doing his thing. Obviously, everybody's missed him, and he still managed to make videos from inside, which is pretty impressive, to be honest with you. I wonder if he'll mention me being there. I don't know. He did seem a little surprised when I popped out. But, you know, I do hope that we can get a resolution with this. You know, I hope that they don't completely say, yeah, no bail possibility after that. I think it would be good if he gets the opportunity to get bail. Maybe he can raise the funds to make that happen. But obviously, you take a gamble with these things. You know, when you trying to get your bail hearing, when you're pushing for that bail, as the judge made it very clear, and it was respectful, she warned them. She said, look, I'm just warning you. I'm just letting you guys know, if you want that, I'll give it to you, but it could go the other way. And it sounded like they were willing to make that risk. So, yeah, man, that's the latest update. I'm here at the courthouse. I'm going to be reporting on other trials that are going forward. I hope you found that update interesting. I might do it.
Isn't it crazy how Trap Lord Ross could go up there and everybody can see him with nothing? But if I take my black A-double-double out there, I'm going to probably get packed out in the parking lot by his homies. Isn't that crazy how the world works?
Another update on the Ant situation in another video at my desk, because there were a few new pieces of like evidence that are circulating, some new kind of analysis about the case and other reporting that's been going on before this court date that might just give you guys a little bit more context on what's been going on inside that courtroom. So I hope you found that kind of breakdown.
All right, man. So make sure y'all tap in with Trap More Ross. So he continues to give y'all breaking news on the goings on with the Young Ant Jefe situation. Give it as news you can use. The knowledge we ain't finna get nobody's college. Tap in with the tap in. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Y'all know it's red dots to the left. You know the rest. We go.
Helpful. I'm going to try and make it to his next court date. I'm not 100% sure if I'll be able to make that date yet. I'm going to be going away for a little bit, but obviously we've got the David hearings coming up next week. That's going to be really interesting. So I'll keep you guys posted on everything that's going on, and I'll let you guys know as many of the dates that I can get to, and I'll do my best to just keep you guys informed about what's going on. But thank you for watching this one. Shout out to Ant Jefe. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. Hopefully you find this some respectful coverage, and yeah, we're going to keep covering what's going on.
What it is. TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Rich Rapper.
I fucks with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about later.
Carjack 100 here. If you need your transmission check, come on down to Carjack's. I'm your transmission expert.
I'm glad that you enjoyed that content. We heard the cries, we heard the complaints. Now we don't got no intro, but we do got an outro with the same information, man. Make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you dropping comments. Make sure you dropping likes. Make sure you subscribing to everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network, because we will be giving away some more Chiliana once we hit that 40,000 membership, 40,000 subscriber, threshold. We're gonna make sure that we give y'all some Chiliana, man. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all stay looking out. Make sure y'all stay right here at TNN Trap News Network. The news you can use, the knowledge you're not finna get in nobody's college. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're gonna keep you updated on what's going on these YouTube streets. You already know the deal, man. If you enjoyed this content, throw the red dot to the left. You know the rest. We go.
Hi, I'm Whack 100. When I'm not snitching on the internet, I'm snitching in real life. For your own personal home security, call 1-800-WACK-ATTACK. We're first, law enforcement second. Hey, I'm Adam22. Got an extra soul laying around? Be like Doughboy and Whack 100 and sell yours today. One soul equals a lot of clout.
Apollo Jackson.
It's dangerous. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. A nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let him hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall, 81 points strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboard. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Fake is hella fake, I know we're enemies' intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
Safe like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.